We're going to take a look at that local weather forecast, then we're going to go to our resort report. Then Mark is going to take us on an adventure, like I said, over in Minturn. All Points North Lodge is going to come in to talk with us about maybe some things that you can do for your mental health right now. I know that I'm missing the sun a lot, and so I think that there's some things that I have to do to help myself remember that it's going to come back here soon, but I really enjoy that time out in the sunshine. We also have Knapp Harvest coming into the studio to talk about some great things that you're not going to want to miss out on, because once they start selling them, they sell out very quickly, and so stay tuned for that. Now, if you're looking for some great things to do today in and around our community to get outside, maybe move your legs a little bit, maybe experience something new, well, there's so many wonderful activities taking place in our community. Now, the first one we want to talk about is the Walking Mountains Adventure, ED Adventure, because it is going to be an educational adventure that's going to track and will help you learn how to track signs, and it's a great snowshoe hike. Now, this is totally free to the community. It's going to kick off at 9 a.m. and it's going to start at the Gore Creek Trail in Vail. Now, you can go to walkingmountains.org, go to their events page, and get more information on all of these really fun things. Now, at the Snow Sports Museum and Hall of Fame this morning, there's going to be a great walking history tour. If you've always been curious about all of the wonderful history that we have here in the Vail Valley and really what brought Vail to life, like the 10th Mountain Division, well, this is a great way to experience that. And this is a $10 fee to go participate, and you can go to the Colorado Snow Sports Museum and Hall of Fame, go to the events tab, and then scroll down for more information. But it is going to kick off at 11 a.m. And like I said, it is a $10 fee to participate. Now, if you have some teenagers at home who maybe want to do something fun tonight, meet some other kids, and do some great crafts, well, then you can go to the Eagle Valley Library District website. The Eagle Branch tonight has teen t-shirt making. So teens get to design their own t-shirt. This is going to take place from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. and you see how much fun that is for everyone to just get out there and participate in. Now, while you're down in Eagle, something else that you should check out is Trivia Night at North Coast. This is one of our fabulous new restaurants, and they're doing such a good job at bringing all of these fun activities to life for you to go and participate in. So you can go to northcoast.com or North Coast website, and then you can see exactly what is going to be taking place for Trivia Night tonight, only because it's a ton of fun and it's located right down there in Eagle. Now, if you're looking for something else to do tonight, then the Vail Comedy Show is taking place at Bridge Street. It's going to kick off at 7 p.m. That's when the doors open. It is a 21 and older event, so make sure that you are prepared for that. But they've been doing such a good job at bringing in some big name comedians who have been on national stages to bring you some solid belly laughs. And so maybe that's one of your therapy tools is if you've missed the sun like I have, well, then get out there and do some hilarious laughing. Now, let's make our way up to Beaver Creek really quickly, because if you're looking for something to do up there, well, then Thursday Night Lights is happening tonight, and this is a great family-friendly activity where the kiddos, if they are a certain level of skier, they can go up, they can ski down in that beautiful glowworm with their glow sticks and really just enjoy it. So make sure that if you have not checked that out yet this winter, that you do so, because it always ends with beautiful fireworks. Now, something else taking place tonight here in Avon at Agave. You can make your way over to Agave at 10 p.m. tonight to see the Floozies. This is a great band that's going to be a ton of fun, and especially because they just do such a good job at bringing that venue to life and really showing all of its capabilities. So make sure that you go check that out. If you love live music, that's a really fun way to get out there, and that's tonight, 10 p.m. at Agave. Now we're going to take it over to Mark, who's going to give us a look at that local weather forecast. Mark, tell us everything going on in the weather, and then, of course, where are you right now?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm over here at Minturn Anglers, a fly fishing store that I operate right in Minturn, right on the Eagle River. We have a breeze out here first thing this morning coming out of the west. Some high clouds, a little bit of sunshine going to make its way up and over right here in Minturn and Eagle County a little bit later on. But big shifts coming our way in the next 24 hours with this winter storm watch that the National Weather Service and NOAA has been kind of alerting everybody about. It's not turned into a warning yet. It probably will be. We're looking at anywhere from, they're saying now, 12 to 24 inches of snow at the higher elevations over 8,000 feet, maybe locally higher amounts, maybe up to 36 inches. That's just what they're reading. That's what it says. I'm not a weatherman. I'm just reporting the weather. So that is according to the National Weather Service by tomorrow morning through Saturday evening. So be aware of that if you are traveling. But for today, our weather is going to be about 25 degrees to Vail in Vail at the start at about 8 o'clock this morning. And then for a high temperature in Vail, 2 to 3 o'clock, about 36 degrees. Partly cloudy skies throughout the daytime, a little bit of sunshine. Looking at that hourly forecast, you see it's going to warm up from right now the teens into the 20s, into the mid to upper 30s for Vail. Mostly sunny skies in the afternoon time, but there'll be some high clouds and that breeze that's going to keep things a little bit cooler. Now, if you're traveling to Denver today, which I'm going to be doing later on today, 53 degrees for that high temperature along the Front Range. Mostly sunny skies there. For Vail, 36 and partly cloudy. For Avon, 37 and partly cloudy. And then for Eagle, 40 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Now, as we look at our 5-day forecast after the evening, tonight we're going to see about 18 degrees for that low. 20% chance of snow, partly cloudy as the system slowly rolls in. Friday, 44 degrees, pretty warm. 70% chance of some moisture, probably a wintry mix, maybe a little bit of rain at the lower elevations, snow at those higher elevations. Saturday, a high of 42, 90% chance of those snow showers. For Sunday, 41 with a 50% chance. And then this heavy spring storm will pass on through. Monday, partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine, 42 for a high. And then Tuesday, warm, 48, 40% chance once again with isolated clouds here and there, mostly sunny skies. This weather's going to roll on in here, so get out there and make some turns today and get ready for a heavy potential powder day. Probably Saturday morning would be the best for your powder day, but traveling will be tricky, so be careful. Give yourself some extra time. We're going to take it back to Maddie in the studio. She's got your resort report coming up next.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
We love to hear that there is more snow in the forecast, but I don't know about you. Seeing that sunshine making its way out today made me very excited to just get out there and see it. Now, as we take a look at what's happening up on Beaver Creek Mountain, no new snowfall in the last 24 to 48 hours. That season total still sitting at 256 inches with a 58-inch base depth. Now, if we see this big storm that Mark was just talking about roll through, it's going to help with these snow totals, which is going to help not only with our water as we approach the summer, but it's also going to help preserve that snow for some spring skiing. If you are making your way out to Beaver Creek Mountain, you can start your morning at 8:30 a.m. and you can ski or ride until 3:30 p.m. Now, as we take a look to see what terrain is open, 25 lifts are open, 163 trails are open, and 98% of the terrain is open up on Beaver Creek Mountain for you to get out there, ski, ride, or explore. Now, I was just talking about it yesterday with some friends. Have you been to McCoy Park yet up there in Beaver Creek? It is absolutely breathtaking. They've got panoramic views, so make sure that you go check that out because it's one of the newest additions to Beaver Creek Mountain. Now, as we take a look at Vail Mountain, no new snow in the last 24 to 48 hours, bringing that season total to 276 inches with a 70-inch base depth. Now, you can start your morning at Vail Mountain at 9 a.m. and continue until 3:30 p.m. 33 lifts are open, 275 trails are open, and 100% of the terrain is open. Now, both Vail and Beaver Creek have been expanding what they can do for you. So McCoy Park over in Beaver Creek last year, and then, of course, Chair 17 in Vail this year to take you from Lion's Head to the legendary Back Bowls, making it super convenient for you to get out there and enjoy the mountains. We want to thank Sun and Ski Sports for bringing you this weather report, or this resort report this morning. If you're looking for a great place to go shopping for all of your winter needs, they're your one-stop shop, and they're located right here in the heart of Avon. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more Mark and Minturn, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey, I'm Cece Zach with Good Day Vail, and today I had the chance to sit down with Karen Barker from The Bookworm and Diane Lusbrook, who is an avid reader, to talk about how you become more involved in our community through book clubs. So join us today and learn more about how you can thrive in the mountains.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's time now for your fly fishing report. It's Mark with Minturn Anglers. I'm going to talk about what's happening right now in terms of the fly fishing and what you need to do to get prepared and how we're doing with our snowpack. So we've had a very snowy winter here in Eagle County. I think our snowpack is at about 118% of the norm in the upper Colorado River Basin, which is where we see all the water for our local rivers around here in Eagle County. Now, Mother Nature finally has kind of loosened up its winter grip just a little bit. We'll see what happens over the next few days with the next storm rolling on through. But what that means is right now, fishing is starting to turn on. In the dead of winter, the fishing's a little tricky. Even though it's pretty good, it's hard to convince people to go out and maybe stand in the river when there's that much snow on the shore. But right now, as the days get a little bit longer and the sun's out a little bit more and the water temperatures warm up a little bit, those fish start to wake up. You know, they're lethargic in the wintertime, but in this time of the year, they wake up. So they're starting to feed more aggressively because they had a long winter of not really feeding much at all. So typically, this time of the year, fishing gets real good, and then we see that runoff come when all the snow melts, and then the fishing gets a little tricky. Now, we are looking at this snowpack thinking, historically, it's going to be a great season for fishing. We have a lot of snow. That means not a lot of water. But typically, that snow melts. When it melts, depends on how hot the temperatures get when it starts to melt and how long it stays hot. If it gets hot real fast and stays hot, then that snow is going to melt real fast, and those river levels are going to come up real high and then drop down real low in a short amount of time. So what we really want to happen is to see that snow melt slowly, and then we can have a prolonged runoff with higher water levels and lower water temperatures further into the summertime. Right now, the fishing has been pretty spectacular. I've got a few photographs of a couple trips that went out over the past couple of days with some of our guides. Mandy Hertzfeld took some people out. Tom Rushlow took some people out. Nick Krishnan took some people out. And it's been pretty good out there, as you can see by some of these photos. And these are locally right here on the Eagle River. And these folks are all doing wade fishing trips where you go and stand on the shoreline or stand in the river. They're doing like a half-day wade for 4 hours or a three-quarter-day wade for, 6 hours. And they're getting out during the warmest time of the day. Now, right around the corner, when the levels come up a little bit more, we're going to be kind of in the thralls of some of the best float fishing of the season, early season anyways. And that half-day float, which is our bread and butter float, is the best way to cover a lot of water and potentially catch a lot of fish. So it's here, everybody. The fishing is great right now. I say take advantage of it. If you want to take a break, maybe from skiing or do something else you would normally do in the wintertime, think about maybe fishing a little bit, because it's a wonderful opportunity to get out and kind of get away from everybody, go down where it's pretty tranquil on the rivers, but the fishing is really good. So give us a call at the shop if you want to give it a shot, and we'll get you on the water for some spectacular fly fishing, whether you do a wade fishing trip or a float fishing trip. All right, we're going to take it back to Maddie now, and she had a chance to catch up with some of the stars from a TV show called All the Queen's Men. Let's find out more about this show.
Are you looking for a binge-worthy show that you can just sit down and crush all of it because it's that good? Well, All the Queen's Men is exactly that, and we're here with one of the leading actors, Sky Black. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning.
I was reading about you online. You've had a very impressive career. You've done some crazy things. You've been on some big stages with some really big names, dancing, and now you're really taking the acting field by storm.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Acting is my love. It's my passion. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be a working actor. That's a feat within itself.
Which it's really impressive, and you play this leading role, and your character is so important to the series. So can you give us a little more information about your character on All the Queen's Men?
I play Amp Edition Anthony on All the Queen's Men, and Amp is the lens. Amp is the viewer's lens. He brings you into the world because he just got out of prison from being in for a 9-year stint for killing his girlfriend in a car accident that we find out in season 1 because of a drinking problem. He was an athlete. He had a teenage drinking problem, and like I just said, he went into jail for 10 years. So now 9 years, but almost 10 years. It's a long time. So now you're seeing Amp come out of prison, get adjusted to new life, and because his aunt is the leader of Club Eden and this under crime belly of this Atlanta male exotic dancing world, she's been his only savior while he was in prison. So now you're seeing him come out and adapt to life because his aunt is all he has. So he's adapting to life, and he's adapting to this new high suspenseful turns and roller coaster world.
I think it's going to be a great season 2, and I know a lot of people are really looking forward to it. So what has been your favorite part of working on set so far?
Let's see, my favorite part. I think my favorite part working on set is the not knowing. And I say that I learn my lines, I know all my lines, but I never know what's going to come out. I literally submit to the moment. So that's been my favorite part of being on set. And we work very, very fast. We film about 20 episodes in about 3 weeks. So you just go and you let it go and plow forward. That's been the best part. That's been the best part for me because you never know what's going to happen.
I think it's really fun to work in those fast, up-paced environments for sure, because then you're always going. And it sounds like you have a little bit of freedom with maybe not fully knowing your lines.
Oh, no, I always know my lines. I always know my lines. I have a little trick, and I haven't said this yet. I learn my entire season before I go to work. So by the time I go to work, I'm literally living every single thing. So I know all my lines, but I never know what I'm actually going to do, and I never know how I'm actually going to feel, if that makes sense.
That makes more sense than not knowing your lines. I was like, wow, bold strategy, but I like it. I mean,
No.
ad-libbing is great, and good for you for doing so. Now, if there's a young person watching, or maybe someone who's aspiring to get into the acting game, what would you give them as your one piece of advice?
I would say this, and I know people say it all the time, don't stop. Don't stop and listen to no one but yourself. There are going to be people who are going by and say, hey, don't do it, you shouldn't do it. If it's in your heart, it's your vision, and it was given to you for a reason. Don't stop. Just don't stop.
I think that's a wonderful piece of advice, and I think that really could translate to any dreams that people want to chase. Now, if people are interested in watching and seeing you on the show, where can they watch it?
Tune in to BET Plus. If you don't have the BET Plus app, you can get it just like you can get anything else. But All the Queen's Men, Season 1 and Season 2, and now the first 4 episodes of Season 2B are now streaming on BET Plus.
Sky, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the incredible work you do. You make this show very binge-worthy with your lead role.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. And stay warm.
Thank you. Make sure that you check out All the Queen's Men. That way you can binge the show, see this incredible actor, and see his acting journey. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
All aboard the Leadville Railroad. A time for family, friends, hot cocoa, and a relaxing trip. Enjoy our heated lounge cars. View snow-capped mountains. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
8-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Knapp Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Knapp Nectar Hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Time to rise and shine? There's no better way to start your day than with Good Morning Vail Crew. Get your news, sports, weather, dining, community events, and so much more. We'll start your morning off right at 7 a.m. And now you can find us 7 days a week. You bring the coffee, we'll bring the fun. Live stream us at tv8vail.com or watch us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey guys, welcome back to Good Morning Vail for your Thursday edition, the 9th day of March. Here's a look at the Upper Eagle River right here in Minturn. Somebody over there walking their dog this morning. You can see up in the sky, some blue skies, some clouds moving out of the southwest. That's going to be where our next storm system is going to roll in from, probably later on this evening or tomorrow morning. It's nice out here in Minturn first thing this morning. Let's look at that weather forecast for today to start. We're going to see temperatures kicking off probably in the low to mid-teens to start. Then we're going to see right around 8 o'clock about 25 degrees. And then by 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to see that high temperature in Vail of about 36 degrees. It's going to turn out to be a nice day. Partly cloudy skies, a slight breeze out of the southwest, and a little bit of sunshine also. Your hourly forecast shows you that high temperature coming between like 12 and 4, about 36 degrees with a mixture of sunshine and clouds throughout your entire day today. For as you're diving down to Denver today, 53 for that high along the Front Range, and we're going to see mostly sunny skies down there, so it's going to be a nice day in Denver. It's going to be nice all weekend down in the Denver area, actually. For Vail, 36, Avon, 37. For Eagle, 40 degrees. And we're going to see sunshine really all around the mountains until this next system rolls on through. Tonight, 18 degrees for that low temperature. 20% chance of some snow, partly cloudy skies, once again a slight breeze. Now jumping ahead, looking at that 5-day forecast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we are going to see for Friday 44 for a high with a 70% chance of a wintry mix, maybe a little bit of rain at those lower elevations where those temperatures are warmer, and then maybe a little bit more snow at the higher elevations. And now this winter storm watch comes into play tomorrow morning through Saturday evening. So into Friday, more snow coming as the temperatures drop. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, we're looking at some snow. National Weather Service is predicting anywhere from 12 to 24 inches in some places over those higher elevations and locally higher amounts. And then that should pass on through by probably Sunday evening. Monday we'll see a high of about 42 degrees with a 20% chance, partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine on Monday. Tuesday, 48. And we're looking at low 20s also for your evening lows, with a 40% chance of isolated clouds and isolated sunshine. Back here in Minturn, we got a nice day ahead of us for Thursday. Get up on the hill. Maddie's got your Lens of the Day report coming up next. She's gonna let you know kind of the perfect lens to use for the light conditions we are facing over the course of the day. Let's take it back to the studio and check out the Lens of the Day report.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar, serving the Vail Valley for over 30 years.
Welcome back to the studio. It looks beautiful where Mark is out and about. We are seeing a little bit of those clouds dissipating just slightly. So if you are getting out there today, it's really important that you protect your eyes from those harsh UV rays, and especially if you are getting out there later into the afternoon. So right now I've got the Zeal Portal goggle in front of me. The reason that I've chose this goggle for a day like today is all of the Zeal lenses come with this optimum polarized lens, which that's really going to protect your eyes from those harsh UV rays. Now, we're looking at the goggle. It's super easy to change the goggle lens. It has this nice rail system, so all you do is slide it up and then slide it back down and it clicks right into place. So you're going to want that darker goggle lens for a day like today. Now, I'm going to show you what's going on with this box only because it gives you the information to tell you how much more light is going to be blocked and how many harsh UV rays are going to be blocked. And you can see right here with the snow, it's 88%. That way you don't get that eye exhaustion with that sunshine being out later into the afternoon, and that way you can ski or ride for longer today, because then you'll avoid getting that headache that we see sometimes from those harsh UV rays. Now, if you're looking for a great place to try these goggles on or maybe buy these goggles, well, then you should check out Eyepieces of Vail. They've got 6 convenient locations throughout our wonderful community. Now, I would highly recommend that you go see the new Beaver Creek location because it's beautiful, it's large, and they're just going to have everything you need. Or I would go check out the Goggle Bar, which is located at the top of Bridge Street, only because they have an entire goggle wall and so many goggles for you to choose from. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to introduce you to All Points North Lodge, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Here at Sun & Ski Sports, we are all about helping you find the right gear for your best adventure. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Stop by our full-service shop to learn more about how we help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun & Ski Sports. Call or visit us in Avon or Dillon or learn more at sunandski.com.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Have you heard the exciting news? Well, we're here to share it with you. Good Morning Vail is now a podcast, so you can stream us on all of your favorite streaming devices, whether you have an iPhone or an Android. So make sure that if you are on the go, that you get in the know by streaming us on any of those platforms. We love what we do here at TVA, and we love to give you the information, so make sure that you can catch us all the time.
Hi there.
Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman, featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode, we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. All Points North Lodge is a great place where people can really focus on their mental health, and we've got one of their incredible therapists joining me on the couch first thing this morning. Dustin Straight, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We love when you guys come in, only because I think mental health is so important, and I feel like we're in kind of a weird rut right now where everyone is so excited to see the sunshine and we get it for like 2 days and then we go back to 4 days of storms, and so it's hard.
Yeah, we're kind of in the tail end, like so it's been, and kind of we were just talking about it. It's been kind of a cloudy winter. Normally, it's we get a storm, it burns off, we have beautiful sunshine. That's actually one of kind of the primary factors in someone developing. It's actually called SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not just a clever name. You find yourself kind of a little bit bummed out, a little bit lethargic, kind of fatigued easily. And it's a tricky thing because it kind of happens without you being super aware of it. So one of the things that I like to tell my clients, and just friends, family, whoever, is keeping a schedule is incredibly important, right? So just having that daily ritualized routine, getting out, getting exercise and doing all of those things, but also actually getting as much sunlight as you can. So even when it is cloudy, you can still go outside and get that kind of UV rays to basically what the sun's going to do. It's going to activate a certain part of the brain. It's going to increase the flow of serotonin, which is obviously an important neurotransmitter because it's going to help us feel good. So that's certainly one thing that we can do is just getting outside. Even if it's not a beautiful, sunny day, bluebird, we don't necessarily need that, but we need to get outside.
Yes.
Connection is something that people absolutely need regardless of whatever season it is. So a sense of connection and belonging is something that I focus a lot on with all of my clients because it's very easy to isolate. And especially even in this valley, like sometimes, I live in Edwards, and sometimes I'm like, oh man, my friend's like all the way over in Avon.
I was just having this conversation that we're so spoiled because, some people live in a city and the commute to go from 5 blocks away from each other is going to be 45 minutes, and we get to drive on these beautiful mountain roads where Edwards to West Vail is 15 minutes, and we're like, oh, it's so much.
It's so much, I can't do it. So really kind of finding some discipline around just maintaining connection, getting out, getting active. That's going to be the most functional way to manage it. The way I like to think about it is mental health. Sometimes people think they're good until they're not.
Right.
And I always compare it to like taking your car in for maintenance. I generally don't want to wait until my car's on fire. I want to take it in. I want to get an oil change. I want to do those things. And so doing those daily things that we can do to maintain rather than wait for everything to kind of burn down and be in a state of crisis, put myself in risk or something to that effect, and then go get help. It's like, we don't need the car to catch on fire. We can actually go and do some things to help us maintain.
To just maybe not do that and not be in that rut where then you cannot remove yourself or you're going to have to work twice as hard. Now, what are some of the side effects or symptoms of SAD that people should start looking for within themselves?
So it's going to be just kind of that isolation, the fatigue, kind of that lethargic feeling. Sometimes there's some apathy, sadness, loss of joy in things that you once enjoyed doing. So those are kind of the classic symptoms. And that's the other part of kind of having friends, because they can say, hey, what's going on? Like, it seems like you're kind of bummed out. Hey, you haven't been coming around as much. What's going on? Because it's very easy for us to kind of start to judge ourselves for not being cheerful or for not being the person that we want to be, because it's not always about what happens. It's the story I'm telling myself. So if I think that I'm going to show up and I'm going to be, kind of a drag or not that fun to be around, and then I'm isolating, now we have this feedback loop and this self-fulfilling prophecy. That becomes a problem. So maintaining that connection, whatever it is, with coworkers, with friends, with family, whoever it is, just that sense of safety, that sense of belonging is really going to be something to help combat those symptoms.
Right, and you can't be your own worst enemy.
Right.
You got to be your own cheerleader.
It's difficult. I mean, I think that, and again, this is something I focus on in the work I do with a lot of my clients, is it's very easy for us to identify beliefs around being rejected.
Right.
Right. So I showed up and I didn't make friends immediately, and I have this belief about myself that it's because I say stupid things, and it's like, okay, well, that's a self-defeating belief, right?
Right.
And over time, that can actually integrate into our self-concept. And so now we're battling this space between how we want to show up in the world and how we actually feel inside. So we've got this incongruence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, talk therapy, experiential therapy, and some of the work we do up at APN can be incredibly helpful, because it can show you some of those beliefs that you may not even be aware of.
Which I think is something that a lot of people don't understand about themselves. The more you say it, the more your brain is going to believe it. And so you have to talk nicely about yourself, or it will crush you as a person.
Oh yeah. No, it's not about what happened, it's the story I made up.
Right.
And we actually get into habits, right? We get into habits on a daily routine, right? We also get into cognitive habits. So we have certain styles of thinking that we may not be aware of because we're in our own brain. There's nobody up there to say, hey, that's off. That's not true. We call those cognitive distortions, and that's something that you can look at when someone is, I call it, Ricky Bobby thinking is a good example of one. If you're not first, you're last.
Right.
Not true.
No.
Like his dad and all of his wisdom comes in at the end of the movie and says, well, that's stupid. You could be second, third, fourth, or fifth. And that's actually helping a person develop like what we call cognitive flexibility, or having more flexibility in their beliefs, versus that automatic thought that people have that may be a negative one, or may kind of contribute to that negative self-concept.
So now if someone is going into that kind of dark little path that you go down where you start having those really negative self-concepts, what's a tool that they can use to kind of shift their brain, talk nicer to themselves, and then avoid making that part of their everyday thinking pattern?
So, I mean, there's a couple different ways to do it. I mean, obviously, keeping that routine, keeping connection, keeping that kind of balance in their life is going to be super important, right? So as soon as we start to isolate, and as soon as, I think it was Nietzsche that said, when we're tired, old thoughts attack us, right? So this idea that fatigue, so getting enough rest, but then from kind of a more clinical perspective, keeping a thought log can actually be really effective. So just writing down, these are the 10 thoughts, these were the 10 negative thoughts I had today.
Right.
And then you have awareness around them. And then you can go, well, is that true?
Right.
No, none of these are true. These just kind of happened automatically. And so then we can start to challenge and create some flexibility in our thinking. That's a pretty easy functional way to teach people basically what is cognitive behavioral therapy, which is identifying, challenging, and then replacing irrational or intrusive thoughts.
Dustin, thank you so much for coming in here, giving us all this great information. I think it's so important that we give the community the tools and resources, just even in these brief minutes, to talk about it and to just give them the tools, to make themselves feel better.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I love being here.
We love having you here. You come back anytime.
Awesome.
Make sure that you use these tools that we've just given you, or that Dustin has just given you, to really make sure that your brain is staying in a healthy and in the right track, especially during these kind of cloudier days that we're seeing right now. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
I'm Tyne Morgan, host of U.S. Farm Report. Join me right here each weekend as we explore the news and issues that matter most to agriculture. We know each year farmers and ranchers are thrown challenges, but as agriculture continues to adapt, we are right there with you. From markets to weather, we take a deep dive into what matters most to agriculture and rural America. Join me each weekend for U.S. Farm Report. Timely, trusted, tradition.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Hi, it's Max from TVA Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tvavail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we've missed having Carrie Hogan on the couch with me to chat about all of the wonderful things that are happening over at Knapp Harvest right now because they do so much and spring is around the corner. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning. I am so glad spring's around the corner. I love it. We've got that beautiful spring skiing.
Yes.
We've got wonderful snow, Yahoo, and we get to start thinking about gardening and planting and fresh veggies coming in the door. So yeah, we're pretty excited.
So I've been thinking a lot about you because I was like, I missed doing the spreading of the wildflower seeds at the beginning of the winter. So if I were to backtrack, do it now into the spring, would it still work?
Yes, you can. I would not do it quite this early.
Okay.
I would wait till, May can be one of those months that we get snow, but it melts off real fast.
Yeah.
So, what you're trying to do is spread it so that the snow will keep the moisture in and the birds won't eat the seed, but not so much snow that, they don't come back up. So if I didn't confuse you with that answer, it is tricky. But, just spreading seed, if half of it works, great. But yeah, end of May, something like that. Just kind of watch your yard. I'm down in gypsum, so I could probably go first of or middle of May with spreading seeds. But yeah, you just have to watch out. And our Knapp Garden Center is opening around Mother's Day. We're going to have a Mother's Day event down there. And so you can come, you can ask for advice. We'll not only have the seeds to sell, but they've got great advice for you. And then that way you're closer to the day that you want to spread those seeds.
See, I think that I can do the wildflower thing because, those are going to live nature's course. But anytime I buy houseplants, I've killed 3 succulents in the last year.
Succulents?
Yeah, my mom
Interesting.
was like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I can't keep anything alive except for my dog.
Again, we have advice, and, there's some that are gardeners and some that just aren't. But it's something you can learn. That's for sure. So, yeah, patience, and that's the thing about gardening. Is patience and more patience. And up here in our altitude, you have to be really careful what you plant, when you plant it, where you plant it, all of that. And we have advice for that. It's much better for our local pollinators to stick to native plants instead of those exotic non-native plants. I know they can be really cool. Put those inside. But really, you can hurt the bees, the native bees, by planting things that aren't native. They don't like it. They don't go to them. And in some cases, like a rhododendron, will poison a bee. So you know, really, here we are out there trying to help the bees, and we've lost some hives this winter, which was sad. It's always sad to lose hives.
Yes.
And we're always trying to figure out what it was that made it, you know, happen. So, you know, we really battle a lot of environmental challenges with our bee program. And that is people spraying, whether it's for trees or dandelions, which are the first food for bees. If they land on a dandelion that has Roundup on it and take it back into the hive, we will have hive collapse. It's that simple. So you really need to think as you're coming into spring, what you're going to do. Make sure that you're going to support our environment. Make sure you're going to fit into our environment. Don't stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, leave the dandelions. They're
Leave
so pretty.
the dandelions. These green grasses were back from the 50s when we used to, you know, that was a sign of wealth, was a big green grass. Let's get over that. You know, let's plant some pollinator plants. There's a great program called ARC, and that is giving back half of whatever you have to nature. Just let it go. Let it go. And you'll be amazed at what comes back into your yard. The birds, the bugs, all of those things are really beneficial to you and to your food that you're growing or anything else. So even if you have just a balcony, you can still do an ARC project and attract bees and all those kind of insects that we need as well.
I really want to try and do it, but my track record.
I know. We'll help you. I really think you need to come down and we will.
Okay, I'm going to need to take like a beginner 101 course for you guys and learn. Let's really quickly talk about this amazing little friend that we have here on the couch with us because he's so cute.
Well, we have so many unique little gifts down at Knapp, you know, Harvest, and we always talk about the vegetables, and we will talk about our CSAs coming up here, but we also have great little, you know, things to shop for gifts for your family or friends, and, you know, not expensive, fun. A lot of these go to supporting the bees, things like that. So, you know, it is really fun to come down. We're like an indoor farmers market. We're open 7 days a week. And, you know, Monday through Friday, we're open 10 to 6, and Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 4. We're down in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road. And it's really fun. If it's not a ski day for you, come on down to Eagle. We've got some great lunch spots. You can shop at Knapp Harvest. There's Color Coffee next door. We've got lots of fun things in our store. You know, more and more vegetables are going to start rolling in the door. We're on the end of citrus season from Arizona. So, you know, we really do things seasonally. Now, CSAs, I wouldn't wait. So CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture.
Yes.
And we sell these boxes for 15 weeks, starting in June and ending in October. So every Monday you will pick up at 2 different spots, one in Fill and Refill in Edwards or at our Knapp Garden Center in Eagle. And there's 2 sizes. So there's a family that feeds 1 to 2, or I'm sorry, the standard is 1 to 2 and the family is 3 to 6. So if you go to knapranch.com, you'll see all our family of businesses. It's a great way to view everything we do, the honeys, the CSAs, the garden center, all of that. And you click on Knapp Garden Center, go to CSAs, click on the location pickup and the size you want, and it's that simple. But I'd hurry. We're halfway sold out. We just opened last week. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate because we can only do a certain amount of these CSA boxes. So definitely get on there. And it's, again, 15 weeks. It comes out to about $33 a month, a week, which for fresh, organic, grown vegetables is amazing. And we'll also mix in really fun things. Like in the beginning of the spring when there's not a plethora of vegetables, we'll include our Knapp's Nectar Honeys or our lip balms or our soaps. We make it a really good value. Of course, you'll see our Knapp Ranch mushrooms grown at 9,000 feet. Beautiful. It's so good for you. And recipes. And so, yeah, it's a great value. Sign up quick. We weren't even going to mention it on TVA because they're selling so fast.
Listen, I don't even cook, but your vegetables, your produce is so incredible that you could basically eat it raw. That
You can.
I could do this because I could take a bite out of, whatever kind of vegetable you put in there.
You're about right. That's about right. So yeah, and this time of year we still have, because we're growing mushrooms fresh every week at Knapp Harvest, you'll find those beautiful golden oysters and the black oysters and the black pearls and the lion's mane, which is so good for your brain and tastes like seafood if you cook it right, not the way I did it. But yeah, and we have also recipes and ideas on how to cook mushrooms as well. And don't forget our Second Nature Gourmet. Those are our organic pre-made meals to go. A lot of our recipes include the Knapp Ranch mushrooms, but those are great for picking up for your family to go. It beats the empty calories of fast food.
Right.
It's made by a chef. And you can come by, you just grab one, and you can heat it up and serve it to your family that evening. So there's soups and salads and casseroles and full
All sorts of
dinners now.
delicious things.
Yeah, vegetarian, as you always remind me, vegetarian entrees as well. So real simple way to feed your family healthy. Put your money, with the right calories for sure. Because it's not much more than a large pizza. So, give it a try. It is worth it.
Carrie, thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
in, spending some time with me on the couch, bringing me my new best friend, and always just bringing us so much great information.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Make sure that you make your way down to Eagle and you check out Knapp Harvest. It's a great place to go. It's an indoor farmer's market. So if you're missing the sunshine, you're missing the summer activities, well then make your way over to Knapp Harvest. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to take another look at that local weather forecast. So stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Knapp Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Knapp nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about helping you find the right gear for your best adventure. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Stop by our full-service shop to learn more about how we help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun and Ski Sports. Call or visit us in Avon or Dillon or learn more at sunandski.com.
Good morning, Vail.
All right, down by the river in Minturn, that sun, as you can see, making its way up and over the hillside here. It's going to be a nice day, cool to start. Let's take a look at your hourly forecast for Vail. We're going to see temperatures around 8 o'clock, about 20 to 25 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine for sure. 31 around noon, 34 around 4 p.m. The high temperature about 36 degrees today in Vail. Mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Now as we jump ahead, giving you a look at that 5-day, for Friday through Tuesday, winter storm watch tomorrow morning comes into play through Saturday evening. Potentials for some big, heavy spring type snow, so be aware of that. Friday, 44 for a high, 70% chance of some moisture. For Saturday, 42 for a high temperature in Vail with a 90% chance of moisture. 41 for Sunday with a 50% chance. 42 for Monday. Partly cloudy skies. We'll see the sun in the afternoon, and then 48 for Tuesday. So weather rolling on through here. It's going to be nice today. This is going to be that calm before the storm or that warm before the storm. All right, everybody, I'm going to sign off, take it back to Maddie down to the studio, and we'll see you soon for more Good Morning Vail. Back to you, Maddie.
I'm a little bit jealous of Mark first thing this morning getting that sunshine already. Make sure that you make your way out there. You see some of that sun because it's going to feel absolutely incredible. We've been seeing a lot of those cloudy days recently. Now don't forget that we are going to 2 hours starting on Monday next week. So there's going to be 2 full hours of Good Morning Vail. You can tune in from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We're going to stay at this hour format for the next few days. So if you do tune in tomorrow, we'll be here from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And we love getting to be here each and every morning with you. Make sure that you get out there and you have a great Thursday, everyone.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies.